The rules of golf are regularly updated to reflect current trends, but the most recent modifications have been particularly dramatic. The number of rules was reduced from 34 to 24, and many well-established guidelines underwent major changes, so the matches are about to look a lot different. In this video, we're going to go into detail with the 2023 rules of golf and all the major updates you need to know about. First up, changes for players with disabilities. The rules of golf have been changed to accommodate players with disabilities, including those who are categorized under Rule 25. These modifications ensure that all players have the opportunity to play golf and compete on a level playing field. The changes provide guidance on how golfers with physical and mental impairments should be treated during a round of golf, such as allowing the use of adapted equipment, having special procedures for taking strokes, or allowing the caddy to assist in certain activities. It's been over 25 years since these modifications first began to be introduced, and now they will become an official part of the mainstream rules of golf. This means that there's no longer any need to inquire whether these modifications are in place. They will automatically be available to all players. This is due to the close collaboration between golf administrators and those involved in competitions that involve such players. The primary goal was always to ensure that different abled players would have access to the same level of play as those without any impairments, while minimizing the amount of modifications and exceptions that would need to be made. With these modifications in place, all players have the chance to participate and compete in this great sport. Then we've got handicap usage and stroke play. The World Handicap System has made it easier than ever for golfers to track and post their scores. Players are no longer required to enter their handicap on the scorecard in stroke play, as the committee keeps an accurate round of each player's handicap. This ensures that all players will receive the appropriate handicap allowance and that scores are accurately posted. Furthermore, technological advancements also mean that scores can be tracked and updated in real time. This helps golfers keep an accurate record of their progress over time too. With introducing the World Handicap System, players will be able to get a better understanding of their overall performance, as well as the progress they have made since taking up the sport. This allows for a more competitive and fair environment for all golfers, regardless of their skill level. Since it's difficult to ensure that a handicap is noted correctly on a scorecard, but the gross scorecards are accurate when inputted electronically at the end of a round, players should no longer be penalized for any discrepancies between the two. This amendment was made to Rule 3.3b, Section 4 of the World Handicap System in order to provide peace of mind for players and ensure fairness in their score posting. As such, golfers can now enjoy the game with greater accuracy and precision when it comes to their handicaps. The World Handicap System is constantly evolving to ensure that players make the most out of each and every round. Ultimately, this system makes sure that everyone has an equal chance at competing and improving their game. Next up, damaged club during round. When a club is damaged, typically it is accidental and not done intending to gain an advantage. No one's wasting that much money, so if you do end up damaging your club, you should be allowed to continue using the damaged one, repair if possible, or even replace it entirely if time and opportunity permit without delaying play. This falls under Rule 4.1a of the Rules of Golf and is an important amendment to our original statement that clubs cannot be replaced. If you're able to repair your damaged club, there are several potential solutions depending on the cause of damage and the type of club affected. You might opt to fix the club yourself, or you could seek help from a golf professional or club repair specialist. If that's not possible, then replacing the club would be your only option. When replacing a damaged club, you must make sure to follow all applicable rules and regulations governing replacement clubs. An important point to keep in mind is that you can't use the replacement club after replacing it until you have first declared its usage to your fellow competitors and the committee. This one falls under Rule 4.1a and will significantly improve the way games progress going forward. Now for ball and natural forces. The new exception to the rules of golf states that if a ball is placed, dropped, or replaced anywhere on the course and then moves out of bounds or into another area of the course due to natural forces such as wind or water, it must be replaced without penalty. This rule was created after an incident involving Rickie Fowler in the 2019 Waste Management Open. During the tournament, Fowler took relief from a penalty area and placed his ball back in play. After it was at rest, natural forces moved the ball back into the penalty area, forcing him to take relief again with another penalty stroke. This outcome wasn't seen as fair by the governing bodies of golf, so they decided to introduce this exception as a way to ensure similar situations don't occur in the future. Under Rule 9.3, if this situation arises, then the player should lift their ball and replace it without penalty. This new rule is designed to make sure that golfers are not unfairly punished for events out of their control. It serves as an important reminder that with golf, sometimes you must roll with the punches in order to stay in the game. It is essential for all players, from beginners to experts, to familiarize themselves with this new exception to the rules of golf and be aware of its implications. Understanding this rule will ensure that no one is ever unfairly penalized due to an unforeseen event on the course. Not to mention, back of the line. In the revised back of the line relief procedure, meant for penalty area and unplayable ball situations, the player drops their ball on the line. The ball is then allowed to roll within one club length in any direction from where it has been dropped. This simplification of the rule makes it easier to determine a reference point and also prevents any anomalies from occurring. There's also an update about the penalties for certain rules breaches in Stableford, such as carrying excess clubs. Previously, the penalty was applied via a deduction of points at the end of a roundup to 4 points, but now, similar to medal play, a 2-stroke penalty for each hole, up to a maximum of 4 shots, is applied directly to the holes at which the breach first occurred. This brings penalties in Stableford more in line with medal play, as it reduces confusion and simplifies the process. Overall, this makes it easier for players to understand the rules and apply them correctly to ensure fair play. With the updated rules, all players can now be sure that any breaches of the rules will be penalized accordingly. Ultimately, this will create a better environment for all golfers to enjoy the game. Let's not forget, no standing behind your partner. In golf, there is an established rule that players cannot stand behind their partner when taking a stance for their stroke. This practice is considered to be in breach of Rule 10.2b, Section 4, which states that a player's partner must not stand on or close to an extension of the line of play behind the ball as the player takes a stance for their stroke. Not only that, but Rule 22.6 in foursomes and Rule 23.8 in four balls also bans players from standing behind their partner while they are making a stroke or attempting to gain information about their partner's next shot. To ensure that no one is gaining any sort of advantage from this practice, golfers must maintain a distance of at least 10 feet away from their partner's line of play during the stroke. Any player found to be violating these rules may incur penalties or even be disqualified depending on the severity of the infraction. With this, players can rest assured knowing that their own game and the games of their partners are fair and uncompromised. Finally, dead ball for insect run-ins. The 2019 version of the rules of golf has changed the way we think about certain situations on the greens. Rule 11.1b used to state that if a ball played from the putting green accidentally hit a living creature, movable obstruction, or person, then the stroke would not count and must be replayed. However, Model Local Rule D7 has limited the circumstances in which this rule is applicable. In particular, it now states that if a ball played from the putting green strikes a player, their club, an insect, or similar animal defined as loose impediment, then the stroke counts and the ball must be played as it lies. This means that if a ball hits an insect on the green, you no longer need to replay your stroke. Consequently, it is important to be aware of this rule change when playing golf, as it could potentially save you a shot or two during your round. And on that note, we'll wrap up today's video. What did you think about all the rule updates we talked about? Were they necessary or a step too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you in the next one.